Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wizard and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. Today we are doing the Stamina Warden PvE build for Wrathstone patch. So basically Stamina Warden is one of the best stamina classes for damage right now. Slightly below Nightblade, I should say. That's just in my opinion. You can go and find somebody else's opinion or factual evidence on that. But this is the best PvE build I've played. Really, I played Magic Templar, I played Stamina Templar, I played Magic DK, and Magic Sorcerer. This is actually my best, highest damaging class and PvE for all of them. So I'm going to show you my build, see what I'm working with, and then hopefully I can help you out a bit. So let's get straight into the gear setup. Starting from the top with the weapons, our main handbar, we're going to be using dual-wield Briarheart swords, each sharpened with an absorb stamina enchantment on both of them. These are actually kind of expensive. I paid 20k for each sword. They were purple quality and sharpened, so I think I got a deal on those. So yeah, first main bar is going to be purple. It doesn't have to be purple, but Briarheart swords. And yeah, the reason why we're choosing swords is basically this passive in the dual wield tree. It's gonna be this one right here, Trin Blade and Blunt. Each sword increases damage done by 3%. We are running two swords, so that obviously is 6% extra damage on all of our abilities, our monster helms, and that's just extra 6% damage all around. So you can't really beat that. If you wanted, you can go Axe also. Axe is pretty cool, but if you really want to go the max damage, you'd go one sword. You go a sword on your main hand and a dagger on your offhand to get that 3% extra damage with the weapon critical. And then our back bar is going to be a Briarheart bow infused with the weapon damage enchantment. The infused drops the enchantment cooldown down to just like a couple seconds, so we basically have a lot of uptime with our weapon damage enchantment. So 435 weapon damage for 5 seconds. With our bow, we just we quickly just pop these couple skills and poison injection, and then the enchantment procs off of those. So yeah, and then we switch to our main hand, and the enchantment will go over also. So yeah, infused Briarheart bow with weapon damage enchantment. Next we'll move on to the jewelry. Jewelry is going to be Briarheart, of course. Our rings are going to be weapon damage, with our necklace having the stamina recovery enchantment on it. I really should transmute this to stamina just to get max stats as possible, but I don't have enough transmute stones right now. So yeah, Briarheart, 2 weapon damage with 1 stamina recovery glyph on it, all max stam of course. And then yeah, nothing really too crazy about it. Briarheart is just a really good, if you're going in solo, Maelstrom Arena, or even just doing trials and stuff, this is really good damage set. Weapon crit, max stamina, weapon crit, and when you deal critical damage, you have a 10% chance to increase your weapon damage again by 434 for 10 seconds. While this effect is active, your critical strikes heal you for 588 health. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds, so it procs every time after cooldown. It will have a 50% chance rate, I think 50% uptime. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of damage for 50% of the time. Hopefully that's on your main bar, so you get the most damage out of it. Yeah, one of the best stamina damage sets in the game, especially with the healing. There's no cooldown, I believe, on the healing either, so you can spam that. And then our 5 body pieces, it's going to be Hunting's Rage, of course, one of the best stamina sets in the entire game. Crafted set, 6 trait, weapon critical, maximum stamina, weapon critical, weapon damage, and everything's going to be divines. If you really want max stats, you're going to go chest, legs, and head infused. Everything max stamina, of course. So yeah, waist, hands, feet, and shoulders are divines, just to bring our Mundus stone effects up by 6.5% for each one, 7.5% if it's yellow. Nothing really to say about Hunting's Rage, just gives plain flat stats, nothing too crazy about it. 100% uptime, of course, and yeah, all medium pieces. Our Head and Shoulders is going to be Storm Fist. One item is one piece, stamina recovery, and 2 items. When you do damage, you have a 10% chance to create a Thunder Fist to crush the enemy, dealing 2300 shock damage every second for 3 seconds. And after 3 seconds, it deals a final 12.5k physical damage when it closes, and this effect can occur every 8 seconds. So yeah, you get a lot of damage from this one actually. And then this one's also increased by the to the dual wield passive. And with stamina recovery also to help that sustain. If you really want to go best in the slot, you go heavy head, light shoulders, with the head being infused and the shoulders being divines, max stamina enchantments. So yeah, I have the timestamps in the description if you want to replay this part. And then yeah, no problem about it. So next we'll move on to the skills. So on our main bar, we're going to have Bullnetch as our square button, called Bullnetch to your side, which restores 5,348 stamina over to you over 27 seconds, and grants major sorcery and major brutality, increasing your spell and weapon damage by 20% for those 27 seconds. So yeah, this just is helping our sustain and our damage also by increasing our weapon damage. Yeah, it does. You click it, and then the little net spawns and it gives you stamina and increases your weapon damage, as you can see at the bottom on our buff timers. Next, our triangle is going to be Blood Craze, our dot, and some little bit of healing, not that much, but it can proc sometimes when you really need it. Slice an enemy with both weapons to cause deep lacerations, dealing 2800 physical damage for each weapon, with each weapon, and causing them to bleed for additional 12.6k physical damage over 9 seconds. You also heal for 1000 health every 2 seconds for the duration. This is going to be located in the dual wield skill tree, and yeah, I suggest you morph this as soon as possible, even while you're leveling, just to it's just really good. Next is going to be our O button, is going to be Cutting Dive. Command a Cliff Racer to dive bomb an enemy, dealing 10,000 damage. Very simple, just you click it and the Cliff Racer just goes and hits the enemy, dealing 10k damage. It's going to be part of your animal companion, the first skill actually. So yeah. Our L1 is going to be Subterranean Assault. Stir a group of shock that attack after 3 seconds, dealing 13.9k poison damage to enemies in front of you. Enemies damage are afflicted with major fracture, reducing their physical resistance by 5,280 for 5 seconds. So yeah, after 3 seconds it deals 13.9k damage. It can crit up to 22,000 damage with this build. So yeah, really good set. Next is Bird of Prey. We aren't using this. We don't actively use this, but it's really there for the bottom, as you can see while we're reading this. Invoke the Spirit of Agility to gain Major Expedition for 4 seconds and Major Expedition for 10 seconds, increasing your movement speed by 30% and your stamina recovery by 20%. While slotted, you gain Minor Berserk, increasing damage done by 8%. This does stack with our dual wield passive. Where is it? Right here. Each sword increases damage done by 3%, so that's 6% on top of our 8%. So we're getting 14% increasing damage done just by having 2 swords and Bird of Prey on both bars. So yeah, you're gonna want to keep both those on your bar. Our ultimate, Evolved Guardian. It's the bear you can see on the right side of your screen. Rounds the grizzly to permanently fight by side. The grizzly swipes at an enemy, dealing 3,300 physical damage, and sometimes swipes all enemies in front of it, dealing 13,000 physical damage and stunning them for 2 seconds. Once summoned, you can activate Guardian Savagery for 75 ultimate, causing the grizzly to maul an enemy for 16,755 physical damage. Deals double damage to enemies below 25% health, so you can use this as an execute. Very effective. I got up to one time, I remember getting up to 60k Wild Guardian ultimate to enemy below 25%. I remember getting a 60k ultimate for 75 ultimate points. So yeah, that's gonna be our main bar. Next, we're going to be moving on to our bow bar. Our square is obviously endless hail, one of the best dots in the game. Launch a multitude of arrows into the sky to rain down, dealing 13,000 physical damage to enemies in the target area every half second for 10 seconds. So you get a total of 20 procs from this one. So yeah, you just you click square, and then it'll just send down arrows for 10 seconds. Now if you have the maelstrom bow, this does a lot more damage for those last 2 seconds compared to the other morph. And yeah, so next is gonna be square razor caltrops. You do have to grind for this a bit. It's gonna be in your PvE skills, right? PvP skills right here under assault, and then you unlocked it at level 6. Assault. Hurl an exploding ball of caltrops that scatter over the target area, dealing 1700 physical damage every second and reducing movement speed by 30%. When the ball of caltrops initially explodes, it deals an immediate 2100 physical damage and reduces the movement speed of enemies hit by 70% for 3 seconds. Yeah, one of the best, really good AoE dot. Do this and it spawns a bunch of caltrops for 12 seconds. Next, our O is going to be poison injection. Shoot an arrow coated with Bandari poison at an enemy, dealing 5,159 poison damage and an additional 9,260 poison damage over 10 seconds. The damage over time deals up to 200% more damage to enemies under 50% health. So yeah, you get some crazy numbers off this actually, especially the dot. You can get some crazy numbers. I'm hitting like 16k, just a tick. And so yeah, you want to keep this on your bow bar because of course it is a bow ability. L1 is gonna be Green Lotus. Now if you are running full damage, actually you're gonna run Trap Beast, Rearming Trap on your L1 instead of Lotus Flower, but we want to increase that survivability a bit, so we're going to use Lotus Flower. Embrace the Lotus Blessing, causing your light attacks to restore 1300 health and your fully charged heavy attacks to restore 4000 health to you or nearby ally for 20 seconds. You gain Major Savagery, increasing your weapon critical rating by 2100 for 20 seconds. So yeah, since you're using this, we work this into our rotation just to increase that Major Savagery just a bit. You see when you press it, and then we go to our character sheet here, we see on the right side, we see 56.1% extra weapon critical. And then, yeah, R1, Bird of Prey, we keep this on both bars. Same with Wild Guardian, we keep this on both bars. Because you want this active all the time, and you want this one active all the time. Yeah, that's basically our skills. Nothing really else to say about it. Oh yeah, also we like to keep a lot of our animal companions skills on our front bar, because also if you see right here, increase your damage done by 3% for each animal companion ability slotted. We have 5. That's going to be our Netch, our Cutting Dive, our Subterranean Assault, our Wild Guardian. So we're getting a total of 15% extra damage done just by having those abilities on our bars. Now if you combine this with the sword passive right here, that's 6% extra damage. And then we have the Bird of Prey, that's going to give us 14%, plus the 15%, that's going to be an extra 29% extra damage just from having abilities on our bars and using the swords. So that's why we choose swords also. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Next, we're going to be moving on to champion points. Well, we're going to go over this really quickly. These aren't really set up that great, I must say. But starting with the Tower, we have 17 into Warlord. The Lover, we have 100 Mooncalf, 49 in Tenacity. And the Shadow, we have 52 Tumbling, 52 Shadow Ward, nothing in Apprentice. And the Atronach, we have 61 Master at Arms. The Ritual, we have 37 Thaumaturge, 56 Precise Strikes, 60 Piercing, and 56 in the Mighty. In the Steed, we have 81 Ironclad, 43 Spell Shield. In the Lady, we have Hardy, 49 is the Hardy, 49 is the Elemental Defender, and 48 in the Thick Skinned. and nothing into the Lord. So that's our champion points. We do have 810 champion points, so if you are in 810 champion points, then you have to rearrange it some other way. So yeah, next we're going to be moving on to our character sheet, fully buffed, and we have a target dummy over here, so we can see how that looks. So we're at the target dummy over here, and we're just going to buff up real quick. So yeah, we're going to hit our bull netch. We're going to hit until we see the Briarheart proc, and we have 3700 for weapon damage, 56% weapon critical with our Lotus Flower, I forgot. And then, yeah, well, I can't proc it right now, so, yeah, we're gonna, yep, there we go, 51%, 3100 weapon damage, 1607 recovery with 31,000 max stamina and 17,000 max health. That's all I really need to worry about with that one. And for our food, we're using dubious stone, stamina recovery, max stamina, max health. Very good. If you want really best in the slot, you're gonna use the, I believe it's called the Artaeum Takeaway Broth. That's gonna increase our max health recovery, and just the stats, they just up them up more. And then we're using the Warrior Mundus Stone just to increase our weapon damage. This is buffed by our Divine trait on our armor. Minor Berserk, 8% more damage with the Bird of Prey, and the Wild Guardian, that's gonna be the bear you see there. 64 in the stamina, by the way. So yeah, that's basically it for the build. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to answer them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my other videos, please consider subscribing. Other than that, have a good day.